I am firmly convinced that academic work is a full and valid and indeed a holy ministry. In fact, I believe that in the New Testament, whatever profession we're in, whatever business we're in, whatever field of study we're in the ministry if we are serving God. Since Christ is the Lord of everything, He's the Lord of biblical studies and He's the Lord of biology. Christ is the Lord of salvation and He's the Lord of gardening. He's the Lord of psychology and the Lord of agriculture. You can't name anything He's not the Lord of. And so when we understand that, when a Christian academic walks into that classroom, whether it's a Christian institution or a secular university, whether it's a research institute, medical institution, if they're walking in as a follower of Jesus, whose hearts are determined to bring glory to Him through their work, that is their ministry. Because in the New Testament, we don't have two categories of people, clergy, the holy people, and the laity. That's an unbiblical concept we've held over from the Roman Catholic Church. It's not New Testament. In the New Testament, we're all holy priests of God. We're all in the ministry. My father, who was a farmer, was in the ministry because he loved God and he glorified God through his work. My mother, who was a businesswoman, was in the ministry because she loved God, and that was her form for serving God. My wife, whose PhD is in linguistics, second language acquisition, she is in the ministry when she is teaching linguistics. So we're all in the ministry. So certainly, working in the academy is a strong and valid ministry. I think especially for academics who are in secular institutions, it's doubly important, though, that they realize they're bringing Jesus into a place that's very dark. Several years ago, my wife was leading an academic team to Kabul, Afghanistan, and we were working with the United Nations, and we were training professors and all the university presidents in the country. Now, we couldn't be there to preach, but of course, we could happen to quote Jesus from time to time. But it wasn't a case where we could go around passing out gospel tracts. So it wasn't an evangelism setting. But every day when we met to pray, we knew that we were Christ bearers, that our role in that harshly Muslim country that was filled with hungry and lost people was to bring the fragrance of Jesus into the classroom. And my wife would remind the team, as followers of Jesus, we need to smell good. We need to have that Jesus fragrance, that when we walk in, people may not be able to identify, what is different? What is this? But it's amazing the number of times people would ask us questions without us ever having to identify ourselves as followers of Jesus. But they would ask questions that would then lead to an opportunity to say more. So, serving Christ in the academy is a high and holy calling because we're bringing Jesus into one of the spiritually darkest places in the world.